Hi, Mary.
Hello.
I saw Robin today, so I know
Yeah,
she exists. Scott's not coming tonight.
he's not.
No, nope.
It's all right. Looks like a shorter agenda.
And yeah, no, I think it's going to be a short meeting, so that's good. Yeah, I hope so. The select board is going to take up the committee member on the 23rd, and I hope it works that it all goes fast because Robin was telling me that she basically can't come to both of the meetings in May, and Scott can't come to, I think, the first one. So, um,
I mean, oh, if we have two people, maybe we ought to think about rescheduling the meeting.
well, yeah, we wouldn't have quorum, so we'll see. But hopefully it all works out that they pick somebody and that person can
I
come to
was
that first
surprised it
meeting.
wasn't on the agenda this time. But they had a pretty packed agenda, so
Right.
Hello, sorry, I got booted out for a second and I had to fix things, but I'm back. And hopefully
You're
I don't get
back.
booted again.
Oh, and there's Robin too. Good. All right. So are you all set, Carrie?
Yes, hopefully everything is good now. I think my Wi-Fi just accidentally bumped out or something. But I think we're all good now.
We're good. Okay.
Robin,
Robin,
you're
I think you're
muted.
muted.
Oh, that was why I had trouble signing in. It was saying, the host knows you're here and we're waiting. So that's why
Ah,
I
yeah.
get in a while ago.
Technical difficulties. All right, well, there is three of us here. We have quorum and I'll open the meeting at 7 p.m. on April 11th, 2024. I'm calling this meeting of the Shutesbury Conservation Commission to order. This meeting is being recorded. All right, and first on our agenda is to look at the order of conditions for 74 Lake Drive. Um, I can bring those up. Is there anybody here? Oh, there's Jeff. I see him. All right. Let me share those. We can go through them. If I can find them. Let's see. I hate how it covers up. There we go. All right. So here's the special conditions for the order of conditions for 74 Lake Drive.
can you make it a little bigger?
I think so. How's that?
It's better, thanks.
Good.
Okay. So Jeff, these are the special conditions which will be part of the permit package that you get. You'll also get a form that's sort of the permit form for the state and a permit form that goes under our bylaw. And then you'll get these conditions with your permit. All right, so in the beginning, finding of facts is just a description of really what's out there. We find that the project lies within the jurisdiction of the state under the Wetlands Protection Act and under the local bylaw. The resource areas that are present on the site are banked for Lake Wyola, land under water bodies, which is Lake Wyola, bordering land subject to flooding, and the 100-foot buffer zone next to bank. And then this is really a description of what's being proposed, 900 square foot garage, and driveway, renovating a home, installing a septic system and a well, and then other general site improvements. And then the impacts to the resource areas are 192 square feet of temporary impact to land underwater from the 2 seasonal docks, and then the impact to the buffer zone, i.e. the aura. And then I just listed the actual work that's within the 100-foot. So it's house renovation, well installation, repair, replace of stone walkways, the stairwell, and the boathouse, and tree removal and grading. And then all of those things are not going to increase the impervious surface. Stormwater management that's being proposed is a 500-gallon storage capacity dry well and a grass swale along the north side. Approximately 10 mature trees will be removed within the 100-foot. The project includes the planting of 17 trees, red maple and white spruce, and shrubs as restoration for those 10 trees being removed. And then here's the chapter 91. Just, it's not our jurisdiction, but under our conditions, you are required to be being in full compliance with other state and local laws. So that would include chapter 91. And then it says, refers to condition number 11 below, which basically says for this project to be permitted, you need to be applying to chapter 91 and be sending us the permit. Once you get it, send a copy to the Conservation Commission. Let's see, and then there's natural heritage. We did get a letter from them saying that the work does not appear to adversely affect listed species or their habitat. Work must be in accordance with the NOI that was submitted and the NOI set of plans. And then this is just sort of standard stuff that we put in there. And then the conditions start, and most of these are all just standard conditions. Concom can come on the property to make sure that the permit is being followed. And all of these conditions. There's just our boilerplate conditions that go with projects. People performing work have to have read the order and understand the order. That's important. All right, and so then the highlighted ones are some of the, can be more specific to a project or just important. We need to receive a letter within 30 days stating that the applicant has read the order conditions and understands them. And also we need within 30 days proof that you've recorded it at the Franklin County Registry of Deeds. And then, whoops, here's chapter 91 again. Postal services should not be until the applicant has furnished the commission with proof of having recorded chapter 91 license at the Registry of Deeds. Yep, that's got everything it needs. And then we've got, oh, I see a problem. This should be a 5. You have to put up a DEP sign at the site. We have to do a pre-construction visit to inspect erosion controls before any work begins. And then all erosion control needs to stay in place and be kept in satisfactory condition so that it's working. Should be replaced and repaired as necessary to ensure its functioning. Yeah, and then these again are all boilerplate. Post-construction. When construction's over, contact the Conservation Commission again to do another site visit. And when you're done, you want to be submitting a certificate of compliance along with as-built plan. No pesticides, herbicides, or fungicides within the 100-foot aura, unless there's an invasive species management plan, which that's not proposed with this project. Slow release organic type fertilizers can be used with the approval of the commission. And that's it. Erosion control, remain in place, functioning. All right, so do any of the commissioners have anything they want to add or change in that?
It looks like it includes everything.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay. And Jeff, do you have any questions or comments on anything?
Yeah, so the only comment that I have is in the beginning here for the description with the work done. So in the notice of intent, one of the processes of doing the house renovation is replacing the foundation, and I just want to be clear that that's part of the work that is happening that was submitted with the notice of intent.
Okay. I think I
With that,
listed
so
it.
it just says house renovation, just which we're renovating the house, but we're also renovating the foundation. So just so that it's clear, so nobody's nobody questions or surprised by that.
Yeah, we can definitely add that. I think I set it up here too. No, maybe not. Renovating an existing house. I think down here is enough. House renovation, including raising the house and constructing a foundation.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I didn't see that the first time there. So
No, I
great.
just typed it in right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Because you mentioned it, yeah.
Yeah,
It's
no,
just-
perfect. I just want to make sure. And then my other question, I think when we had spoke before, that there was I believe a 10-day period of waiting before we install the silt fence. Is that correct?
Yeah, there's an appeal period of 10 days, which means
Yep.
any, neighbors or whatnot. And that starts from the day of issuance. So the day of issuance, we're gonna vote to issue or approve this tonight, but then the actual date of issuance is the day that it gets mailed to you. So
Okay.
say that's tomorrow or say that's Monday. So it would
Yep.
start that day. The 10 days would start that day.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say 10 days from Monday then, so be safe. Okay.
Sounds good.
And then with that, so then we would have the silt fence installed and then notify you of that for site visit for inspection.
Right, yep, and you wanna
Okay.
record the order of conditions at the Franklin County Registry of Deeds.
Yep, we'll do that
Right, and so,
right away.
and then I think the easiest thing in terms of it, and here it talks about just a statement or a letter that you've read the order and you understand it. If you just write up something when we come to do the site visit for the erosion control, you can get it to us
Okay.
then.
Okay. Let's see. Visit. Okay, wonderful.
All right,
Yeah, I think that's it. Otherwise, I think we're, just what we got to do.
yeah,
Thank
and
you.
if you have any questions when you get this permit, it may seem
Yep.
like a lot of information, just reach out. Reach
Yep.
out to us. All right.
Yep.
All right.
We'll do.
Great. We need a motion to issue the order of conditions for 74 Lake Drive.
I'll make a motion that we approve the order of conditions for 74 Lake Drive.
I second.
All right. David,
Aye.
Harrington,
I
Wilson, aye. All right, we will get the permit together for you and Monday is probably what we're looking at for it getting mailed out. That is Monday or Tuesday, actually Tuesday, because that's the day Carrie works. It'll probably
I-
get mailed out to you on Tuesday.
I could probably mail it out tomorrow in the morning.
Yeah, I'm probably not gonna have the rest of it done by tomorrow.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
whatever.
So probably Tuesday.
Okay, that sounds good.
Okay. Great. All right.
Great, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks. We have such a nice small meeting. It's great. Not a lot going on. So minutes, Carrie, we're not doing those tonight, right?
No, I sent out email earlier explaining that I unfortunately didn't get them finished like I had hoped. So next meeting though, I will definitely have those ready.
Yeah, no problem. That's good. All right, so the next on the agenda is 5759 Shore Drive, request for an amended order of conditions. Is
Hi,
that?
that's me.
Okay,
Hi,
great.
folks. My name's Doug Searle. I work with Berkshire Design Group, and we're working with Gary and Donna West on their parcel. And so back in November, I think it was November 10th of last year, your commission had approved the order of conditions, and since that time, the owners had made some slight architectural changes to their footprint. We find that these are very nominal, like largely none of the landscape is changing in this shift. It's just a small shift in architectural from some of the interiors of their house, and they're removing the garage that they had as part of their previous plan. They're still keeping an outline like where they could park cars, but it would be outside. And the footprint got a little bit smaller. And so we're here tonight to see, we wanted to present this change to you and see if you felt like this was, small enough to just be an administrative change that could be, part of the meeting minutes that would be attached to the existing order of conditions, or if you felt that you needed, something larger and actually have it be, a full public hearing for an amended order of conditions. So wanted to see if I could share my screen, if that'd be all right.
Mhm.
Great. Oh, not quite here. All right, great. Let me make that a little bit bigger. See if I can. Can everybody see this image here?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yep.
So this was the site plan that was approved back in November. So this is along Shore Drive. This is to the west side of Shore Drive here with Lake Wyola along the eastern boundary of the parcel. And so wanted to just give you just a brief, just show you this plan that was approved. We've overlaid, I'm going to move to the next image here. We've overlaid the new footprint, which is in this kind of rusty orange color, and the previous footprint is in this green color that you can see. Maybe, hopefully you can see it underneath this. And so the now in orange is the new house footprint. So it's not encroaching any closer to the floodplain here than it was in the past. It was encroaching. It came up to the floodplain is at 835.7. And it came and was touching that line, and we had proposed to regrade right in this area, and that compensatory storage for this adjustment right of that floodplain line was shifted back here, where there's this outlet for the drainage, and then it runs through this swale across. This is a cobble swale that ultimately exits through the lake, but it goes through a series of large cobble and through in a vegetated space, and then crosses through this larger vegetated space and continues to level out. This was slightly cut into the space as an exchange for this compensatory storage, just as sort of a what had occurred in the past. But essentially, this is the new footprint. So, and this corner here that is close to the 100-year floodplain is it's a covered, but it's a porch, and then this is a deck, and so the porch is on like piling footings, and then the deck would be also on posts in this area, so as to have a minimal impact in that area. It's just an open deck that's here, and the driveway is in the exact same location, and they're still going to keep this space that was approved for where the garage would be, but give them the option that they could, if they decide at some point to put in a new garage, they'd use that same footprint that was approved in November. But as it stands now, it would just be an open area where they'd maybe be able to park cars here, and then use that. The house is and location is a little bit challenged, but they've got the tight tank for their septic is located right here, and there's a minimum of a 10-foot setback. So the challenge of moving this footprint further back is restricted by that location, and of course it's restricted by the floodplain boundary here. But essentially this is and the deck stairs are following the same outline, or the same, like, up to the setback line, which they were in the previous plan on the south side of the house, and it's reduced in size a little bit on the east side here, and of course here, and then it's reduced on the north side. This was a shed that was attached to the garage, like a storage room, and previously there was a retaining wall. I'm going to flip back to what was approved. There was a retaining wall put in this area, and with the removal of this shed in the area, we were able to remove that retaining wall to have kind of a less of an imposition. So now it's more gentle slope coming down through here from lawn up in this area up to the erosion control barrier here, and then down to meadow. So all that is exactly the same as what was approved. So that's essentially the change that the owners are wanting to do, and we wanted to see what your thoughts were, if this was, if you had any questions, and what your thoughts were if you'd be amenable to this being an administrative change to the existing order of conditions.
I might have missed it, but so where the garage was, that's going to be driveway, then that will be paved, that part
That
there.
would be paved. I think they're not exactly certain what surface they would put down. They do want to retain that that space. But yes, so that right now that would not have a building. They may never do a building there, but since they had a previous garage kind of approved, they wanted to sort of keep that possibility there. But yes, it would be paved of some kind, I'm assuming.
Would that change any of the stormwater thoughts about the property, I guess?
No, it's the same. The footprint overall is slightly smaller, but we're not changing any adjustments to the stormwater management plan that was designed for the previous footprint. So it'd keep to the exact same space. Right now, the driveway is a pea stone driveway. So sort of decorative gravel, and that would extend up through this area. But it doesn't change the footprint or the amount of impervious. It's actually a slight reduction in the impervious area that's draining, but we're not adjusting the stormwater plan.
Okay.
So the shed that was on the other side of the garage is no longer going to be there?
That's correct.
And then on the down below on the house part, the green line goes through the part that's to the other side of the green line, is that being taken away or still there?
This area here.
No, down on the house itself, go up a little
Okay.
bit. Yeah,
Oh.
the green line is there, so what's to the right of the green line? Is that
Uh,
staying?
So the previous footprint extended out all the way to here. It's a little bit difficult to see. I'll see if zooming in might assist in reading that a little bit better. The previous shape of the house extended out here and was just touching this area of the floodplain. And so that area is being that the foundation is being moved back slightly and reduced. There is a deck that's here that would just be on like 4x4 posts, is my understanding. That would be part of the second floor. I think it's part of the second floor of the house. But that deck would, yeah, so that there is a deck that's there, but the foundation is adjusted slightly. So that area would not be there anymore. That's correct.
And on the opposite side of the house from that? Is
The
the,
opposite side of the house had a porch following, you can see a green line here that was shaping around here. There was a covered porch before, and what is proposed is still a covered porch for the first floor for the main entry here.
okay,
I'll move back out, make it a little bit easier to see the whole picture.
The new deck there, sort of encroaches into the flood zone a bit more, but you're saying it's just on posts, so there's no, I guess, compensatory storage needed or anything.
I would argue due to the reduction of the footprint, no, I don't think that there's compensatory storage needed for those 4x4 posts. I don't know the total number of posts, but it may be, let's say, like 4 to 6 4x4 posts. So I'd say I guess I would make the case that that's a nominal change. And the new approved flood, the floodplain boundary would be this line here, which is the proposed grading to shift 135.7 just slightly, is what was part of the previously approved plan. So we're still keeping it to that boundary, was the
Okay.
idea.
Yeah, okay. I see. All right. Yeah, I don't really have any big concerns. I guess I would say, a new notice of intent is not needed, but I think it's a big enough change to require an amended order of conditions, which does require the public hearing, and that partly because the public has been kind of interested in this project, and now the whole sort of layout of the house is changing, and I think it would be important to have a public hearing.
Okay.
How do you feel about that, Mary and Robin?
yeah, there's a lot of changes that they're making, but I don't think they need a new order. NOI, I think an amended order should do it.
I agree.
Okay. Great. So let's vote on that, and then we can talk about scheduling. We need a motion to, I guess, vote that a new notice of intent is not necessary, but amended order of conditions is.
So I'll make a motion that we don't need a new order of intent, but we do need an amended order on the project at 5759 Shore.
I second.
All right, David,
Aye.
Harrington,
Aye.
and Wilson, aye. All right, so are we thinking our next meeting's in 2 weeks on the 25th?
Okay.
That sounds
Um,
good, okay.
Yeah, if it's
We've got
possible to get on that agenda, yes, then we would distribute a notification to the public, to the abutters, and shoot for that agenda.
Great. Yeah, you can work with Carrie, our land use clerk, with the legal ad and all that too. But
Okay.
yeah, we have something at 7:15, so maybe we put this at 7:30
Okay.
if that works for you.
That should be fine. Can you refresh my memory if does the town submit the legal notice or we submit all of the above? I know it varies town by town on,
Carrie, what's the answer to that question?
So I'll draft up the legal ad. I'll send it out to both you and Beth to look over just to make sure I
okay,
did everything correctly. And then once I hear the okays, I will post it and forward the invoice to you. And
okay,
then
great.
I will do the same thing for the abutter notice. I will fill it out, send it out, and if that looks okay as well, then you can go ahead and send those out to the abutters in the 100-foot.
All right, so you'll draft up both and then you'll submit the legal notice, but we'll submit the notification to abutters.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you for clarifying. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, great.
All right, well, thank you all.
Yep, see you at our next meeting.
Perfect. All right,
All
bye-bye.
right, thanks. All right, all we have left is some site visit scheduling. A few of them. I have
Can we take,
3.
can we take down the handout?
Do we what?
Can we take down the handout? The screen?
I don't see it.
I don't see it anymore.
Oh, it's still on mine.
You're frozen too. It's funny, I can hear you, but your picture is frozen.
Okay.
Computers.
All right, that's fine. Go ahead. There we go.
Oh, there we go. Yep, now I see you.
Now I'm back.
You're moving. So the DPW one, that's a good one to start with. They want to look at the culvert down on Montague Road. The big one where the dam is, where the town got money to, or I guess the homeowner got money to take the dam down. You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mhm. Yep.
Down there on Montague Road. So that was yesterday, and I was there at 4 o'clock, and I waited till about 4:15, and it was raining, and nobody showed up from DPW. So then I left, and I live on Montague Road, so right when I pulled into my house and I had reception, I emailed Steve, and then he didn't respond right away because he probably wasn't looking at his email. And then when he did finally respond, he said that he had been there, and it was just confusion about, I mean, I probably should have waited more than 15 minutes because I think he came after that. He probably came like 5 or 10 minutes after I left. So anyway, then I've been, I just said we should reschedule for next week, but he hasn't responded. But I have a kind of busy next week. Say he does respond and wants to do it. Thursday might be one of the only days that I could do a site visit day. But I was thinking of combining that DPW one whenever Steve is available, if he's available Thursday, and the 678 Pratt Corner Road. Because that guy said we could come whenever. He said he was fine with whatever. So I don't know. What are your schedules looking like?
Yeah, I have a pretty busy schedule next week too. I mean, I might be able to do next week's school vacation, right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm not sure I could do site visits next week.
Robin, Thursday?
Yeah, thinking, yeah, Thursday I could do, but only after like 11 or after.
Oh yeah. No, for me it would be 3:45 would be the earliest after work. So it I could try to set one up for 3:45 and one up for 4:15 or something.
Okay,
All right, well, why don't I will try and
If
get in touch.
if I'm in town, I'll come, but I'm not sure I'll be in town, so.
Okay. Yeah, I'll send emails, I guess. It sounds like it'll just depend on Steve. And if he can't do it, I still think maybe we do 678 Pratt Corner Road that day, Thursday. And that would be at 3:45. But all right, I'll send emails about that. And then we have a new NOI that will be coming to our next meeting. It's from New England Power Company. They're putting in a bunch of borings along one of the electrical transmission lines. So that will be a site visit also, and it just has to happen before our next meeting. So it doesn't have to be next week. It could be the beginning of the following week. And I need to, I guess, talk to them about their availability. Are you guys a little more available at the beginning of the next week?
Yeah, I could do Tuesday afternoon or Wednesday.
Okay.
wait, so I'm confused now.
Monday's
What week
Passover,
are,
so.
what week are we talking about now?
The week of April 22nd, I think, is the Monday.
Okay.
All right, well, I'll try and schedule up some stuff, and then the other one that's on our agenda is 244 Baker Road, but that's being sort of put on hold because of some things happening at that property. I know Robin happened to be overhear that conversation, but Mary, there's some issues going on. And so it's just good to just put it on hold a little bit.
Okay,
Fine with me.
Yeah. I mean, I actually, because I recused myself, haven't looked at that enforcement order in terms of like if there's deadlines for when we need to get out there. But if we can hold off for a couple weeks, or that would probably be a good idea.
yeah, I think I did look at the enforcement order. I'm not sure there was deadlines. I think it just has to be a time when there's not snow on the ground, so we can look to see has it reseeded, is all the things they put in place working.
Right.
So
But you
it
could
would be
just wait until July.
nice try. Yeah, it's fine to put it on order. It's fine to put it on hold until all this rain goes away, and go back out and
good
take a
point.
look at it.
Good plan. I know it's supposed to rain and
I know, I
rain.
was just looking, it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, into next week. Yuck. Okay. All right, then the only other, Mary, you could just tell us what happened with the select board meeting on.
So the select board, did meet, to approve our fee schedule, which they approved. There were a few questions from a, resident regarding whether they had the right to be, whether it had to go to them to approve or was it a conservation committee approval. But basically what we sent for them, we had already voted to approve. They didn't make any changes, so they explained that it is their responsibility to approve that, and they did approve it, so that's all set.
Great. Great, and I know they are taking up the new commissioner on the 23rd,
Okay,
which I checked with Becky, like we don't have to, none of us have to go to that meeting, and I'm not sure about my calendar, so I'm not sure if I will make it to that meeting, but if anybody's interested,
Okay.
you can go to the select board meeting on the 23rd.
And so they're gonna select from the 3 original applicants.
Yep, there's three applicants and we made our recommendation to them who we would
I
like.
think, so they should
and
be
they
voting
take
on our
our-
recommendation, right?
They
They're
should,
voting on
yeah. I mean, at the least, they take our recommendation into consideration, but at the most would be that they just took it and went with, not, voted strictly based on it. So we'll see what happens. I will try to check in on that meeting. I know I have something on the 24th, another meeting, a night meeting, so I don't know. But we'll see. Anyway, does anybody want to make a motion to adjourn? 'Cause I
Motion
don't
to
think we have
adjourn.
anything else. Okay.
Motion to adjourn.
I second.
All right, nice short meeting. I love it.
I'm sure more work's gonna come. Everybody's starting to wake up over here.
Oh, yeah.
Well,
I saw
mean,
boats out on the lake this last couple of days, so
okay.
things will be coming.
Yeah, well, our next meeting we'll have that 5759 Shore Drive stuff and we'll have this new notice of intent. There does always seem to be something kind of in the
Yes.
pipeline. So that's good, but all right, well, have a good night.
All right,
Wait,
thanks.
wait, did we vote?
Oh, we didn't vote, right? David
Oh,
Harrington
Aye.
and Wilson. Aye.
And before we sign off, I just want to say to you, Beth, that I looked at my calendar. I can make both meetings in June. So when my term ends at the end of June, I'm not going to renew because I'm moving away, but I will stay on through the end of June.
Oh, that's great. That's good. That we'll definitely have quorum and that'll be good. That sounds good. And then we'll have a
Wonderful.
party, that last meeting, we'll have a toast. Here's to Robin.
I'll bring a bottle of wine to the town hall.
yes, we can all go to town hall and celebrate. All right, thanks.
All right, have a good night.
Okay, bye.
You too.
Good night.